So, I grew up with Houston baseball. It's still a big part of my life. I follow them on a daily basis. It's always fun to come back here and see how they're progressing and see the things that they've gone through. I mean, their franchise has gone through their own history and stuff as we have in Arlington, and so it is interesting to kind of follow that. But a good example of that was the other day, spring training. Eric Nadell listens to the old broadcast. He listened to Ken Johnson's one no-hitter where he lost 1-0 or 2, whatever it was, and I told Eric, I said, I listened to that ball game as a kid, and so he gave me the tape afterwards, and it was kind of interesting to go back and listen to that because there was a lot of things I hadn't forgotten, hadn't thought about. We all take a lot of pride in what's happened with our ball club, and when you look at our organization, it truly is a team effort, not only with the players on the field, the managing and the coaching staff, but the front office, the scouts, everybody. And so, I take a lot of pride in the fact that we've had the success that we've had, and the people that are so committed to our organization. And so it's a good organization to be involved with, and I think you can find that the pride factor probably with our organization, everybody from our scouts to our ushers to our parking lot, is probably higher than some.
Can you talk about how important sustainability was when you took over? Because clearly the minor league isn't very good. The success you guys had here.
Well, the organization is committed to building from within in 2007 and stayed that course, and I think it has been good for us. And they were able to make some trades that were very beneficial, that were reaping the benefits of those now. And so a lot of things that happen in this organization has involved a lot of different people.
Nolan, what have you seen in Hamilton during his start of the season?
Well, I think that he's very focused on what he has to do, and he's very committed to having the best year he can possibly have. And there was a 10-day period there. He's probably as hot as anybody I've ever seen in the game. A lot of people say that they thought he was hotter than anybody's ever seen a player, but I'll tell you, the first year I was there, he carried us for a 6-week period. Didn't hit as many home runs, but had the same impact on our ball club for a 6-week period that he did during this 10-day period. So he's a phenomenal player. He's a lot of fun to watch, and when he's got it all together, I don't believe there's ever been anybody that plays the game that's any more talented.
Do you see him being?
How expect them to be competitive in the AOS?
They're playing better than I anticipated them to be this year, and I based that on the lack of success we've had at Corpus the last 5 years, and that how many kids have come off that Corpus team that are up here playing now. And so you got to give Brad and his coaches a lot of credit because they're playing well, they're playing hard, and I'm pleased with what I've seen so far from them. And I think maybe the rebuilding process might not be as far away as people were saying 6 months ago.
Nolan, could you just, I know you're giving other places your views on Josh's future. You talked about he's a piece of the Hammer Rebels.
Well, it's hard to predict what's going to happen with Josh. Things just going to have to play out. I think he truly would like to stay in Arlington and the Metroplex and be a member of the Texas Rangers. I think he's very comfortable there. His family's very comfortable. We certainly are in hopes that we're able to work a deal out with him. But, I think they probably have the mindset that they'll go through the season and see what happens and see what the market is for Josh Hamilton. It's hard to make any kind of prediction where that will go, but I think that's probably pretty much where it will go.
Do you think he's...
Well, you can't worry about those things because you just have to put your best foot forward and hope that that's good enough, but you don't know what somebody else might do, and so we just have to kind of see where we are when the time comes. And when will that time be? I don't know. I kind of expect it'll be probably end of November, December, something.
So how is he putting pressure on you guys?
I wouldn't call it pressure. He's having, and I think everybody he was having a good year. They all felt that way. He came to camp in very good shape and gone about his business and really have been focused on his job. And I think too that he's going to do everything within his power to try to stay healthy. And you know, that's when you talk to people, that's one of the things people are concerned about, because in the past that he had his share of injuries, and a lot of that's due to the way he plays the game. I'll say this about him: he hasn't altered the way he plays the game. He continues to play hard, to slide, hit first, run into walls, and do all things that the same do. But that's who he is, and you wouldn't want him to be different.
So have you prepped for throwing out the first pitch?
Have I done what with
Prepped for throwing out the first pitch?
No, my prepping days are over. Whatever it is what it is. And, you know, one thing for sure, I'll keep it in the park.
So when you threw that no-hitter here, how important was that?
Well, I grew up a Sandy Koufax fan. He was the pitcher that I looked up to, and thought that to this day I still think he's as overpowering pitcher as I ever saw throw. And so I took a lot of pride in the fact that we were tied before, and to be able to surpass that, I got a lot of pride and satisfaction out of that.
I know with every no-hitter you had, there always seems like there was a play or two. Was there?
Oh, there's always a play. You can look at every no-hitter, and there's a play or two that's made that gives you a chance to have that no-hitter. And if you look at that one in the Astrodome, number 5, Terry Poole ran down a long fly ball in right center that Mike Socha hit.
The reference to the decision in 2007 to build from within. The success you've had since, are you surprised at all by it?
Well, you know, you like what you see in your organization. You like the way certain players are developing, and so you project what you think they're going to be able to do, and hopefully in the time frame that they do it. But you don't really know, because each level they go up is another challenge. And so you have meetings, your scouts, your development people, they give you their perspective, and base it off all those things, but you don't really know until they get up on this level and perform. And until they get here and perform for an extended period of time, then you really know what you have.
Your farm system is consistently ranked in the top 5 in the league. I mean, how do you take a lot of pride?
We have put a lot of emphasis on that. We spent a lot of money on it. We've tried to cover our bases with development people and our scouting system, and so that's where our focus has been, and we've taken a lot of pride in that.
Do you think the Astros have the management and ownership now to get back to where they were in 2005?
Well, I think they have a new group of owners that are committed to having a winning product on the full field, and I think that that's a start, is that they have to have that mindset, and I think they do. And so I think that with Jim Crane, I think they're going to try to be as competitive as possible.
Going back to that no-hitter, do you remember being especially locked in that day, or was there anything special?
No, you know, you never know about those days. Things go right. Normally you have good stuff and you're making your pitches, and that's the way I looked at that game. I had a good breaking ball, and so if I look back at what I call high strikeout games, it's not only because I had a good fastball, but I had a good breaking ball and was going for a high percentage of strikes, and that runs pretty true of that game.
I remember there was a quote after that game, you didn't think you would throw another one at that age. I know you threw 2 late.
Well, really, when I threw the 5th, there was so much time between the 5th and the 4th, I really thought that was part of my career that was behind me.
How did you say you guys would talk to Josh's people you spent in the offseason? I know traditionally you don't do that anyway. That's
John Daniels' responsibility, and John has been in contact with them in the offseason and some in spring training. So we haven't carried on the negotiations during the season because we don't feel like it's fair to Josh, and we don't want to do something that would.
Nolan, how important is it for the franchise to retain you?
Well, you know, when you say how important it is, those kind of players don't come along very often. I mean, you can count them on one hand, those kind of impact players like that. He's definitely a very special player that means an awful lot to any organization, but very much to our organization. So we're going to make every effort to do what we can do. Whether that works out or not, we'll just have to wait and see. You know, it would just be a random guess if I made any kind of prediction about what our chances of doing that are because of the year he's having and the interest level there is. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
How do you see your Darvish's performance so far?
Oh, we couldn't be happier with you. He's gotten better. He's grown. He's made the adjustments. I think he's getting very comfortable pitching here in the States, and he has shown what we had seen in Japan, and so we're very pleased with the progress he's made and the job he's done. And what I really think you'll see out of him, I think you'll see that the more he pitches, probably the deeper in the game he'll be.
Do you think he's going to get any better than that right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, at his age and learning hitters, and yeah, I do. I believe that he still has considerable upside. What that is, we don't know. You know, we'll just have to wait and see where he takes it.
How do you see his curveball? Small curveball.
Well, you know, he has. He's gotten better with his breaking ball. At first, he had trouble getting his curveball over, mainly the big slow one that he throws. But he's getting more consistent with it. And who knows? You know, it may be the difference in the baseball from here to Japan, or bounds could be different, or just that he just didn't have a good feel for it early on. But he's gotten better with it.